Hello, my name is Steve Chavez, head coach for track and field and cross country at Murrieta Valley High School. The purpose of this DVD is to teach and demonstrate drills and exercises useful to the training of runners at any distance or discipline. Proper implementation of these exercises will develop stronger and more efficient running mechanics. Also included on this DVD are files with sample routines for the exercises seen here. I hope you enjoy and make good use of this instructional DVD. Any workout, regardless of the length or intensity, must begin with an adequate warm-up. No static stretching or any of the drills you see here should be done without first raising the core temperature of the muscles. To begin, athletes should run a minimum of 800 meters before proceeding to any plyometric exercises. This can be done at a variety of paces. For more intense workouts, run between 1,600 and 2,000 meters before beginning. The purpose of leg swings is to increase flexibility of the hip flexors and key muscle groups. For each type of swing, begin with a shorter range of motion and gradually increase to a longer range of motion. The A swing is a straight leg swing. Athletes should hold on to a stationary object so they can maintain an upright posture. The B swing is a straight leg swing that goes across the body. Again, be sure to hold on to a stationary object. The C swing requires a 90-degree bend in the leg. Swing from front to back and hold on to a stationary object. Proper running posture begins with a tall and straight frame. Shoulders should be square and focus should be straight ahead. In the running posture, the chest should be forward, but with a straight back. Arms should be at a roughly 90-degree angle. Hips should be directly beneath the torso, not tilted forward or backward. All exercises should be done with this posture in mind. For this drill, hold on to a stationary object to maintain a solid upright stance. The ready position begins with the leg lifted so that the thigh is parallel to the ground. The foot is elevated over the opposite knee with the toe up or dorsiflexed. Be sure that the foot is directly beneath the center of gravity and not shifted forward or back. When striking, the foot should remain in a tight circle with the ball of the foot striking or pawing directly beneath the center of gravity. Follow through should be short and the foot should snap back into the ready position. When conducting the drill, give a command signaling the athletes to strike through one repetition. This should be quick with a light strike. Repeat for 10 to 20 repetitions per leg. Begin with a tall posture with focus straight ahead. Walk straight ahead, lifting the legs so the thigh is parallel to the ground and the heel is lifted higher than the opposite knee. Foot should be dorsiflexed so that the toes are up. As the athlete walks, they should rotate up high on the toes with each step. Begin with a tall posture with focus straight ahead. Walk straight ahead, lifting the legs so that the thigh is parallel to the ground and the heel is lifted higher than the opposite knee. Foot should be dorsiflexed so that the toes are up. As the foot comes down, it should strike down with the same pawing motion used in the fire drills. This drill uses the same basic mechanics used in the A walk. The A skip requires a more dynamic arm and knee drive to lift the athlete off of the ground. The B skip uses the same basic mechanics used in the B walk. The B skip requires a more dynamic arm and leg drive to lift the body off of the ground. In high knees, the athlete lifts the legs so that the thighs are parallel to the ground and the feet are lifted over the opposite knees. Feet should be dorsiflexed with the toes up. Keep the posture tall with a steady but quick pace. Using the same basic form used in the A walk, the athlete takes a shallow step while lunging down. Posture should remain tall and straight, and be sure that the feet lift above the opposite knee. Finish your warm-up by running 400 meters at a quick pace. At the finish of the routine, athletes should have an elevated heart rate and respiration. The purpose of the following exercises is the development of both speed-specific and ancillary muscle groups. Ancillary muscle groups are vital to maintaining form and speed when an athlete is fatigued. They are recruited by the primary muscle groups to assist when fatigued. If these ancillary muscles are weak, they will not be of much use. If they are strong, they will be of great assistance when it counts the most. For this exercise, we use a box that is 18 inches to 24 inches tall. Beginning in a proper upright posture, the athlete then steps completely up on the box in a regular walking motion. Be sure to finish as tall on the box as you began on the ground. After stepping up, step carefully down. To avoid injury, do not jump down or step down too quickly. Be sure to do separate reps stepping up with each leg. Be sure the athletes are using a box height that is most appropriate for their height and ability. For this exercise, we use a box that is 18 to 24 inches tall. Beginning in a proper upright posture, the athlete squats down and then uses both arms to jump upward and onto the box. The arms should provide enough force to drive the knees high. Athletes should land softly into the squat position. After landing, the athlete should stand up straight, then carefully step off of the box. To avoid injury, do not jump down or step down too quickly. Be sure that athletes are using a box height that is most appropriate for their height and ability. For this exercise, we use a box that is 18 to 24 inches tall. The athlete begins with one foot on top of the middle of the box. The athlete will then use arms to propel themselves upward and sideways across the width of the box. The athlete should provide enough force to lift the foot off of the box and switch with the other foot resting on the top of the box. Be sure that athletes are using a box height that is most appropriate for their height and ability. Beginning in an upright but flexed running posture, the athlete will squat slightly, then thrust upward using enough force to lift their body off the ground. While in the air, the athlete will switch arms and legs in a simulated running motion. Be sure that the athlete maintains a proper upright stance during this exercise. Beginning with an upright but flexed running posture, the athlete will squat slightly and then thrust upward and to the side, using enough force to lift their body off the ground and approximately 3 feet to the side. While in the air, the athlete will switch arms and legs in a simulated running motion. Begin by performing jumps to the inside or open side of the stance, and then perform jumps to the outside or closed side of the stance. Be sure the athlete maintains proper upright stance during this exercise. The purpose of the plyometric speed drills is to develop speed-specific muscle groups. Speed of any athlete will increase as the muscle groups get stronger and the athlete becomes more adept in performing the drills. Set up your course by placing cones at 20 to 40-yard intervals. Keep the intervals short in the beginning and then extend as the athletes become more accustomed to the routine. For each drill, the athlete will perform the drill of the first half of the course and then sprint over the second half. This gives the athlete's body the opportunity to apply the biomechanics of the drill to actual sprinting. Repeat the drill twice, sending the athletes down and back on the course. As always, proper posture and mechanics should be emphasized. The mechanics of this are the same as in the warm-up exercise. Be sure the athlete maintains a steady cadence and does not rush. Begin by having the athletes jog easily in place. On the given command, have them run quickly in place. Be sure the athletes maintain upright posture and stay loose and relaxed. Knee drive should be high and foot should be dorsiflex. After approximately 10 seconds, give another command, cueing the athlete to sprint the length of the course. Maintaining an upright posture, the athlete will drive their arm and knee upward and forward, propelling them off the ground. This should be done in a constant running rhythm with a focus on knee lift, arm drive, and drive force. It may be helpful to have athletes walk into the drill to establish a rhythm. Similar to bounding, with the exception that here we keep the legs straight with knees locked. Using an upright posture and regular running arm motion, the athlete should spring off the balls of their feet. Backward running emphasizes the reaching back while in normal running posture. This is not a backward shuffle like seen in football. Here the athlete works to be in proper running motion. Be sure athletes maintain their focus straight ahead. Aside from helping them maintain form, this will also help them run in a straight line. Do this drill over the full length of the course. Maintaining a straight back and posture, athletes will use their arms to propel themselves upward and to the side. Be sure to stay as tall as possible and get a nice deep knee bend. Athletes should also establish a steady rhythm to their hops. Be sure to face the same direction on the way back down the course to work the opposite abductors. Teach your athletes proper three-point sprint start technique and have them line up in the down position. On command, have them rise into the set position and then give the go command. Athletes should focus on strong arm drive and staying low to maximize power. Have them sprint the full length of the course. The purpose of these exercises is the development of the core muscle groups and abductors. Begin with a ball of appropriate weight for a pair of athletes. Pair up athletes by equal height. Have the pair stand back to back for this drill. With the ball fully extended, the athlete with the ball will twist toward the athlete without the ball and pass it to them. The athlete without the ball will twist to receive the ball and then twist in the other direction to pass the ball back. The process is then repeated. Be sure to do repetitions in both directions. Have the pair stand back to back for this drill. With the ball fully extended, the athlete with the ball will raise the ball over their head to pass the ball to the athlete without the ball. The athlete without the ball will take the ball and then bend down and pass the ball between their legs, underneath to the other athlete. The process is then repeated. Be sure to do repetitions in both directions. This exercise can be done with any variety of weights or with no weight at all. For smaller athletes, water bottles filled with sand can be implemented. The athlete begins in an upright position with arms extended straight out from the body. The first squat is completed with both arms pointed outward. The second is done with one arm pointed sideways at a 90-degree angle from the other arm. The athlete moves their focus to the direction of the arm in motion. The third squat is completed with one arm extended behind the body with the focus again shifting with the arm in motion. This process is repeated as the athlete comes back to the original position and then repeats the motions to the other side of the body. Be sure to maintain a straight back and upright posture during this exercise. As with any exercise regimen, you should make sure that you begin in moderation. Begin with fewer repetitions over shorter distances and progress into more repetitions over longer distances. Pay close attention to the athlete's posture and technique. Practicing poor habits will lead to less desirable results. At first, your athletes may seem incapable of doing some of the exercises, but I urge you to stay with them. As the athlete's relative strength improves, so will their ability to do the exercises properly. Attached to this DVD are files with routines using the exercises shown here, plus some sample routines for weight training and other plyometric strengthening. Thank you for your purchase of the training DVD. I wish you the best of luck in training and racing.